What's up, everybody? This podcast episode is sponsored by JohnDuever.com. John is proud to announce that his business coaching and consulting company will be launching in just a few weeks. If you're interested in finding the right business coach for your vehicle wrap, window tinting, or PPF company, go to JohnDuever.com. Click on the coaching and consulting page and fill out the application. Scale your business, increase efficiency, and receive advice from an 18-year veteran of the vehicle restyling industry. Now, please help me welcome the great and powerful John Duever. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to All Wrapped Up Podcast. We'll be interviewing industry-leading wrap companies to share tips, tricks, stories, and more. All right, John, what's going on?
What is up?
Long time no talk.
Right?
It's been a while.
We were trying to put this together for a long time.
Yeah. Timing, better late than never.
I hear you. Happy to be on.
Appreciate you taking the time and reaching out again, following up with me and finally putting the time in to get this on.
Absolutely. I think what you're doing is great, man. I'm happy to be a part of it, happy to support it.
I appreciate that. I really do. And, reaching up to episode, I think this will be episode 103, I believe, 104. Awesome. It's been...
Industry needs it.
Yeah. I think it's different, and going back on it, it's, different than a different platform for everyone to just listen, audible, not very visual. I think it's played a great part, and I, really like enjoying the conversational part of it.
Absolutely. I think it's good. Just listening to some of them. You see these people online and you see them at Rapstown or see them every once in a while, but actually like getting into their brain and figure out what makes them tick. That's always fun.
Yeah. Cause you never have time to like sit down with somebody for more than 10 minutes at RapsCon,
No, you're running
all day. So what did you have cooking at the shop today? What did you have going on?
What do I got? I have a 2019 Escalade that I'm doing a color change on personally. They don't sell the lady wants hot rod red. They don't sell a true red paint for this particular Escalade. I don't know if it is whatever, but we're doing hot rod red, 3M hot rod red. Color change from like a dark maroon, dark red to 3M hot rod red. It's actually for my old landlord from 7 years ago. It's she's like this 80-year-old lady.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she loved it. So she was pissed. She's like, I can't believe the Cadillac doesn't sell the color on. It's like, well, we can make it happen. She's like, all right, let's do it.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Great people. They treated us really well when we were there.
That's great. Yeah. And given that the lady's, of age, she, did you have to kind of let her know about the, educate her a little bit about the vehicle wraps, or was she kind of...
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, like I said, we were in their building for, I think we were in their building for 5 years. Our lease was 5 years, or maybe it was 6. It was 3 and 3.
Jesus.
And we become such good friends with our landlords over the years. We're just, I don't know. We have parties and we drink beer after work, and you can't. We have really big open houses and we do cool stuff. You always have cool cars and cool vehicles in there. It's kind of hard for the landlord not to notice you. A lot of the times, landlord will have a tenant and they don't even know they're there. They know they're there when either they receive a check every month or they don't receive a check every month, and that's the only 2 times they really care. We actually become pretty good friends with our people. So.
That's awesome. And kept that relationship going.
Yeah, they're good. We have this local restaurant called Maggie's Lunchbox, and they literally eat lunch there every single day, and we go in there all the time because I've never had anything bad on the menu. So we always run into each other. So we continue the relationship. We haven't been in there in 7 years or so.
Jesus, unreal. What else did you have going on?
A lot of commercial stuff. We had a wrap that we had broken down. It's a 4-door long bed Chevrolet, black. That's on full wrap, and then we have a 4-door long bed GMC that was broken down. So I was talking to my ops manager today. I was like, are we sure that's the right wrap for that truck and that's the right wrap for that? You know, like, cause they look identical. One's a Chevy, one's a GMC, but you never know. You know what I mean? So I was just double checking. We have a big box truck in there. I got an ambulance in there. We got this big fleet of ambulances that we're doing. We're wrapping them all in reflective, and that's going good. I got some Dynoc pieces in there today that I got to get done tomorrow.
Nice.
A lot of stuff, man.
Busy.
Yeah.
How much of your workflow is the color change as opposed to like the commercial side?
1%.
1%.
Yeah. You know, I mean, we're not a lot at all, you know, and to be honest with you, we're doing probably three times more color changes this year, at least double the color changes this year than we did last year. And it's good.
I was going to say, do you think it's because of the internet, social media?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, people are just getting educated. They're starting to understand what it is. They know. You know, when wraps first came around, specifically color changes, you know, there were some people out there hacking stuff up, and it was happening all over the country. I mean, everyone feels it in their market, and we dealt with the same thing, you know, and you know, we just always tried to put out a real superior product, and I think the word has gotten around.
Yeah.
That we can do a really good job. I do all the color changes in out of our office personally.
Wow.
I train my guys, each one I can do. But I'm doing them exclusively myself.
Do you enjoy more of the color change?
I enjoy pushing myself speed wise on good quality color change. That's what I enjoy about it.
Wow.
It's rather boring, to be honest with you, because like every corner is the same, and you know what I mean. Every handle's the same. It's I don't know. It's not really a challenge, really anymore. So I challenge myself by the time. I time myself down to the minute per panel.
Wow. And that probably goes back to your days of going to competitions, right?
Yeah, you know, I mean, well, see, here's the thing. So my business, my brother Joe, my sister Daphne, and I started our company in 2002. Mm-hmm. And Joe and I have always been really competitive. So we would always install, like we didn't know what we were doing, but we knew that we were racing. Like we had no clue how to install a banner or a wrap or a sign or whatever, but we were racing to get it done. So that's always been, speed has always been there. Always.
Just get it in, get it out type of thing. More revenue. Yeah. The more you get done in a day, the more money you can make.
I think it was more just beating Joe than the revenue. You know what I mean? Like,
just getting that, that brotherly.
We didn't know what we were doing in business. We didn't know if we were making money or not. It was a race, and it was fun. It made us really good. It made us really fast and really efficient and really good.
What do you think the hardest part of, you know, your timing? What do you think you spend the most time focusing more on? More your cuts or your technique, or squeegeeing?
Squeegeeing's muscle memory. It's second nature.
Yeah.
I think you get the proper squeegee, right buffer. It's all the same. The right bend in the squeegee. You have to have a nice flexible squeegee, in my opinion. Not too soft, but not too hard. The cuts probably, you know, because you can cut really bad. You can cut really good. There's one thing I've noticed recently is I've been smoking through blades. Like every single time I cut, I break it. Mm-hmm. Today I probably went through three blades, and I was probably wrapping for, I have to look at my timesheet, but I was probably wrapping for 3.5 to 4 hours.
Jeez. And what do you prefer for blades?
30 degree.
The 30 degree ones, yeah.
Yeah. Matt, in 2014, I went to SEMA, and it was when the Paint is Dead Network got their first house at SEMA, and we all didn't really know each other. We knew each other from social media, but we had never really met, or at least I had not met any of these guys. Mm-hmm. And we kind of walk in, and we're all looking at each other like, who does? You know what I mean? But it was amazing, and that was when I met Matt from Phenomenal, and he was using the 30 degree. And I was just making fun of him. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what is that? He's like, just try it. And I tried it, and I haven't put it down since. Like, I was just like, what have I been missing? Like, where have you been all my
life? Just so used to those, you know, old school blades and cutting with those.
Yeah. It's the 45s, the stainless 45s. Like, I knew nothing else, you know? And man, it really did change my game.
For sure. And what's your preference on squeegees in buffers?
Preference. Pro Tools now makes a good red squeegee that I like. They make those wing squeegees.
Yeah.
I like the flexibility of the red squeegee. I also like the flexibility of a red Avery squeegee.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've really fallen in love with over the years has been a 3M gold squeegee.
Mm.
I'm a fan of those. Buffers wise, I mean, monkey strips.
Yes.
You know, there's not much else out there. You know, I think it's a matter of time before someone comes up with a competitor to that, though.
Yeah. I mean, before it was all about the Geek Wrap squeegees.
Yeah, but they're $15.
They're $15 and they're sewn in buffers. You can't change them out.
Yeah.
If they found a way that you can change them out, they would have made a boatload of money.
Yeah, but they did make a boatload of money until there was another option. You know what I mean? Geek Wrap came out, and then, you know, they were $15 and Wet Edge came out. I think Wet Edge came out and they were $12 or something. So they undercut Geek Wrap, and now people are understanding that you don't need this big buffer. You know, if you need a wet Edge, either you can buy the Wet Edge or you can, you know, support GMIS and buy some banana buffers.
Right.
They work just as well, you know?
Oh yeah. Wet or dry. I'll use them all day long, and I'll get a couple wraps out of them before I start seeing wear and tear on them.
You gotta think a banana buffer, what is a $1?
Yes.
Okay. It's $1. It's a drop in the bucket. You know, you gotta think if you got a panel on the side of a van, bus, SUV, boat, color change, doesn't matter. Let's say it's just a door, and you wear through a banana buffer or a monkey strip in the corner, and you squeegee one time and it tears the vinyl or it mars the vinyl so much you have to replace it. Mm-hmm. Would you rather pay $1 for a new damn buffer, or would you rather pay, you know, $40 for a new vinyl with a door? You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
I've gotten it now. What I've been doing with my monkey strips is I'll use one until it's almost used up, and I'll just put another one over the top of it.
Really? Double decking it?
Yeah, basically. It makes it a little softer.
Wow.
It's something about it. I tend to like that. I actually prefer that now.
Oh, geez, I'll have to try that out. I've got one that's at the brink of getting changed. Maybe I'll throw another one on top of that.
It's different. It just makes it a little thicker. You know what I mean? I want to try if I can put one, you know, like I got a t-shirt heat press, because the adhesive's strong, but once the adhesive onto a monkey strip doesn't stick all that well.
Yeah.
So I think maybe if you took a t-shirt, you stuck it and then put it in a t-shirt press for a little while and really got that adhesive to stick. But I don't know. I got to experiment a little bit more with it.
Or maybe a little heat gun or something on it. Hold it down.
Yeah, I was thinking I tried that today, but I was using a torch, and of course it
burnt.
Took all the,
Lost a squeegee and a buffer all in one shot. That's funny. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, and that goes back to being a business owner, you know, operating costs and figuring out revenue and how much things cost. I think, you know, GMIS has put out a superior product, and you get 10 buffers for what, $11 or $10.50 or something like that from Fellers.
That's great.
And on
top of that, like, it supports a local, like, it supports one of us. Like, that's what I did. You know what I mean? Like, no offense against these huge manufacturers of whatever it is, vinyl, it doesn't matter. I like supporting that. He's one of me. He's a me. You know, he's one of us. Yeah. So, like, I love supporting that. And that means I would pay more to support someone, basically, like local business, support small business.
Right.
I would pay more to support a small business than I would, you know, just because it's convenient and it's a big company and it's cheaper. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's me, though.
No, I totally get it. Just like, you know, Blade Cage or, you know,
100%.
Pro Series, anything like that, where it's all industry and it's us creating the product. It's not the manufacturers where they make enough on the material that we use day in and day out, you know. And it's
I'm a huge fan of the Blade Cage. I love the Blade Cage.
Oh, saves lives.
You know what I'm saying?
Saves fingers. God, I remember throwing blades on the floor and at the end of the day picking it up with vinyl, you know, and hoping when you press it down in the in the container that you didn't get stabbed. You know?
Exactly. We switched over to blade cages like after I had kids. I brought my son to the office, and he was like 2 or 3, and he got a 30-degree blade stuck in his shoe.
Oh.
And over time, it like worked its way through the sole of his shoe, and he was complaining, and he was getting, my foot hurts. And I was like, what the heck? And like I was looking at his foot, and it was like a little red mark, and I was like, man, what could that possibly be? And came to find out, I was looking at his shoe, and one of those little blades had worked its way through the sole of the shoe, and it was barely stiff. Like, I mean, it was like scratching the skin. You know, it wasn't, but
enough.
Regardless, it was enough where, you know, we adopted, blade disposal rules at the shop. And I very rarely do I see blades on the ground. And if I do, I just grab them, you know, we have a meeting about it and talk about it.
Yeah.
We do monthly safety. Yeah, we do monthly safety meetings. So we always, you know, just reiterate that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Good to freshen up, you know. I mean, people, you know, not get lazy, but, you know, you miss a thing or it fell out of the, you know, it clicked it, but maybe you didn't see it go into the box. But I'll tell you, it is so, it's like in a euphoria or something when you dump a whole box away. Yeah. Oh my God. I finally did one for like 6 months and I threw it out and it felt so good just to dump the whole box out. It was just unreal. I don't know if you feel like that
motion,
too.
Like raining, right. Like slow motion, razor blades, like making the noise into the trash can. Of course.
Yes. Oh God, it's gratifying, unreal. And
I was at Car Rat City not too long ago, and they had this Tupperware container. It's probably 18 inches wide, 30 inches long, and probably 10 inches deep. And they're not, I mean, even remotely close to filling it up, but. Dude, they got a ton of blades in there, and I was like, man, when that is full, like, how much money scrap can you get for that? Like,
right? Can you trade it in? Can it be recyclable or something? Can we make more blades out of it?
Put them on a table and put epoxy over it or something. I don't know. I'd have a hard time throwing that.
That'd be neat. That'd be cool to have. Something like that. Some old squeegees and epoxy it. Make a nice little coffee table for the shop.
Hell yeah.
I see another business for you there. As if you don't have enough, right?
That's too much going on. I like to be spread thin, though. I don't mind it at all.
Oh, geez. It's crazy how much stuff you got going on and how much you can get done in a day.
Efficiency. I try to be efficient, you know, and honestly, I surround myself with amazing people, amazingly talented people. And, you know, Kyle Osmond came to my shop one time and he's like, you have an impossibly talented team. And that's, you know, I believe that. I didn't even really think about it. Like, I knew my guys were good. You know, I knew my team was good. And I was like, man, you're right. But this is really hard to duplicate.
Yeah.
If I ever had to.
Oh, my God. Yeah. So how many employees do you have now?
Right now, we had our quarterly meeting on Tuesday, and we had 18 people in the meeting.
18 people. Wow.
Yeah. We had 24 at one time, 23, 24 at one time. But it was probably 4 years ago. And, you know, there's a lot of holes in the bucket, and I would literally just hire somebody to plug a hole in the bucket. I wasn't looking for, it's not that I wasn't looking, it's that I was so hasty in my decision making that I just hired someone. Oh, they'll do the job. You know what I mean? And then I got to the point where my payroll was out of control, and, you know, I was looking at my expenses and my receivables. I'm just like, well, this is that's working. So we just got rid of a bunch of people, and we hired real good quality people as opposed to quantity of people. And ever since then, I have a team of 18 that do the work of 30.
Wow, that's great.
And I don't think that's an exaggeration. Honest to God,
you'd be surprised. You know, when you got some good quality people in you know, backing you up, being on your team, being team players, and it's amazing. I mean, I work with 9 in our office, and it's, you know, 3 designers, 3 production people, 2 main installers at headquarters, and the rest are subs. But a couple salespeople, but we all kind of work really fluent with each other, and it's kind of like a well-oiled machine. We don't really step on each other's toes and doing things. It's come in, check the list. Everybody knows what they got to do for the day, and, you know, and it's efficient from 8:30 to 6. Everybody gets their work done, and nobody's stressed out. And I think that's key, especially being in this type of industry where everything's kind of just like, oh, I need it tomorrow, or can you get it done today? And it's just, every day is kind of like that sometimes.
You just have a positive culture inside your business. I think a lot of the positivity around people. I mean, I know a lot of the positivity around the outlook of someone's position, the team's outlook on the company, the team's outlook on the bosses, the managers, the owners. It's all culture based, surrounded by culture, and by culture I mean like I forgot what the definition of the culmination of the thoughts of the people inside the organization towards the organization. And that's what I'm talking about when I say culture. And a negative culture can kill you.
Oh my God. Yeah. One bad apple, one bad seed.
That's the truth too, though. One person, man, you get a negative person in your life, and that goes with anything, whether it's inside your business culture or your friends or your family. It could be your brother. It doesn't matter, you know. If there's negative constantly, you could be the most positive person in the world. If there is negative in your life constantly, you start, no matter what, it's human nature. You're going to start to second guess at one point, and then that could lead to more negative thoughts and more negative thoughts. Like, if you want to be a killer, surround yourself with killers. If you want to be a negative Nancy that complains about, you know, this victim mentality, then, you know, keep the people around you that you have around you.
Yeah, shit. What else do you, I mean, I like that you do, you know, quarterly meetings and monthly safety things. Is that kind of your way of staying in touch with your employees, or do you separate yourself a little bit from them being, you know, the boss, the business owner?
No. I don't want to cuss. No. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? I wouldn't ask anyone to do anything that I wouldn't do. You know, I'll help them take the trash out when needed. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't done that a lot lately, but I have done it. You know, I'm down in the shop almost every day helping them, trying to do something, give them a tip or a trick or help them production or you know, just walk around, shake hands, and let them know, listen, I love you motherfuckers, man. You know, like I want to know about your family. I want to know that you're happy. I want to know that your job is happy. I want you to know that the business is healthy, that your job is secure. You know, I want people to be positive and have you know, if I ever get to the point where someone inside my organization feels like I'm being too good or that I'm the boss and not one of them, I want to literally slap in the face. Like, that is just not going to happen to me. I cannot do it. I can't be like that.
Yeah, you want to be grinding with them.
At the same time, yeah, well, you do. But at the same time, I have to scale the business. I have to continue to steer the ship. I have to do the things that I need to do. But when it's game time, my dudes know. My dudes know. And when I say dudes, I mean my entire crew, men and women. They know that when shit hits the fan, I'm going to be right there with them on the front line going to war. Like, and there's no question about it. No question about it.
That's awesome. No, you know, I like that. Yeah. You know what? It's good for the morale. It's good to know that, you know, everyone's on the same kind of level. Nobody's, you know, up high. Nobody's down low. It's just, everybody's just chill, you know?
It's really good. Yeah. It's real good for culture and it's real good for the overall look of the business. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, if I get rusty, one of these punk little kids in my office, I call them punk little kids because they're my boys. If I'm not busting your balls, like, I don't like you, right? So if one of these guys inside my office, they're going to beat me in wrapping a box truck, or they're going to beat me at wrapping a van or something. So if I'm not sharp, and they get better than me, like, I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I got to stay sharp, dude. There's no way I'm getting beat in my own office. There's no way.
They'll hold that for a whole year on you. Remember that one time I beat that whole side on the box truck? You were still on the first panel. I was on the third one. Remember that?
My brother beat me in points one time in a competition in one round. He did extremely. I was going to say I had a bad time, which I did, but he did really, really, really well. And he ended up getting points per round, and he beat me. I still hear about it. It was like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, but that's your brother. He's going to give you shit no matter what.
He's a good installer, man. When he gets focused and his phone's not ringing, he's not thinking about 100 other things. Like, when he's at a competition, that dude nails. He's really, really good.
Is he still competing now? When there's events?
We have him and I neither of us have competed since 2016.
Wow.
I won the world championship of car rapping in 16, and I just kind of took a step back. So I was like, where do you go
from there?
Yeah, and it's, dude, it's really stressful. Like the competitions are probably one of the most stressful things. Like each year that I would compete, I compete since '08.
Wow.
And every year I compete in all these competitions, and every single competition I'd be so excited. I'm like, man, this is going to be so awesome. I cannot wait to get in there. And then like 3 days beforehand, I can't sleep. Butterflies, and I'm calling Jim Miller and Esteban and Preston. I'm just like, you guys nervous? And they're bullshit. They're like, oh no, we're not nervous at all. But they're going through the same feelings as me. You know what I mean? We get together in the competition, so we're all nervous. Like it's just hell. It's hell. If you take it as seriously as I do and as those guys do, it's hell. So I don't know. If you don't have to do it.
I was going to say, I couldn't do it. There's no way. You got so many eyeballs on you. You got to be on the top of your game at that moment. And it's, and you're competing with other people on your level. It's just, and it's fraction of seconds, minutes of a miscut, and that could just deduct you. That's it.
That's
could ruin
exactly right. One mistake, one cut, you're a quarter inch off level, off center. One bad squeegee stroke, you rip the vinyl. One mistake and you're done. You are out. One mistake, and you have 3 rounds of competition a day for 3 days. And then you go out with everybody and have beers, and it's just a nightmare.
I could. I've said it so many times. I don't think I'd have the balls to do it just because of the stress alone. Not even. I'm confident in applying something. It's just you're pressed for time and you're pressed for points, and you have to be 100% at that one moment, and it's just no way. I'm good.
Yeah, it's stressful. I tell you what though, I didn't get good. Like I knew I was a good installer. I mean, there was no question. Like I mean, I was smoking the guys in my shop for years and years, and in 2008 we went down to Orlando for the first rap competition that I've ever heard. Or I heard of one before, and they gave away like an F-250 truck, and I was just like, well, it was in Vegas.
Sign me up. All right, I'm down.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I went down there and I heard about the prize package, and I was like, well, I think I'm pretty good. And I went down there and we did really, really well. I had a placement error on the final round, and I went from first place to fourth place due to placement error. Yeah.
Oh my God, my heart would have dropped.
It did. I was really upset. I hate losing, so I was pissed, and I was way more of a hothead back then than I am now. So I didn't make any friends. I certainly didn't make any friends after that decision, but I thought it was unfair, to be honest with you. I still do, but much props to everyone else who competed, and Jim Miller ended up winning that competition, and that competition made us lifelong friends. I mean, that's one of my best friends in the industry, and I would have never met him if it hadn't been for rap competitions. Him and Starla and his crew, like they're absolutely amazing. Yeah.
I think that would be the biggest thing you'd get out of it is the camaraderie of these people at your level, at the peak of their installation career or whatnot. And it's just, meeting friends, that's worth gold right there. Whether you win, lose, come in 10th place, come in 5th place, whatever it may be.
I'll be honest with you, I'm all about the trophies. Like if there's a trophy involved, like I'm
Forget about everybody. I just want the trophy. Please.
But no, in that first competition, you mentioned, learning new techniques. I was sitting there kind of talking to one of Jim's guys. I think his name was Mason. And he was like, see that guy right there? That's Jim Miller. He's going to win. And I was like, oh yeah? So I literally went and got a chair and I parked my ass right there and watched Jim every single round and just watched him and learned. And I realized right then and there that you're going to see 30 competitors do the same door handle 30 different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just sat there and I became a sponge. And for 10 years of competing, that's what I did. I would watch people. I would stand there the entire competition and I would watch every single person to see how they did every single corner, what tools they were using, how they squeegeed, how they held their squeegees, what blades they were using. I mean, every little, the minute details that were separating, that their quality might have been the same, but Esteban did it, 35 seconds faster than me or whatever it may be. And I wanted to know why he was 35 seconds faster. If our quality's the same, where did he get me 35 times?
Right.
And that's what I really hyper focused on. And that's, you start to get that winning mentality and that never stop learning type mentality. And you have the best in the world to learn from. Like, come on, you can't help but become a champion. Like, you can't. If you want it and you're talented enough, you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Specifically with the competition.
Right. And even going back to that time, you didn't have any formal training by then. You were all self-taught.
Dude, never. There was no training. There was no training. There was nothing. There was PDAA master certification, and that happened one time a year.
Yeah, that was it.
I believe I was PDAA master certified at that time.
2008-ish?
2008, yeah.
Wow.
That was the first competition.
Wow. And you had been in business, what year?
6 years. We started the business 2002.
Wow.
Our first year in business, we did a wrap every 3 months, and it literally took 3 or 4 guys 5 full business days to do it. Then just a normal van.
I believe it. You know, the material, figuring it all out.
Oh, dude, we were matching cast print films with calendared vinyls and wrapping all this stuff in the calendared laminates.
Oh.
And it was, the laminate would fail, and we were just learning on the job. We literally had no training. It was so fun. It's to look back and think like, God, you're an idiot. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, given you didn't have YouTube, you didn't have, nothing to go by, you kind of just learned as you went. And that was, trial and error. That's kind of like the journey you need to go through to get to where you are here now, 2019. It's just, it is what it is. But it is funny to sit back and look that, people were wrapping cars with calendared films, and they still do to now.
Yeah.
I mean, this, really nice calendared films out there that I probably wouldn't even be able to wrap.
So I'm saying, like, I'm all about working smarter, not harder.
Right. But, even going like to Brazil or any other location other than the United States where, the price point of calendared and cast is a huge jump. You kind of have to work with what you got. And, given that GMS has to work with it and all that stuff in Brazil, and they found techniques and ways to apply this. And honestly, they could probably put it on faster than, regular cast films.
Yeah. You're a product of your surroundings. Again, if you want to be great, go be great. You know what I mean? And if that's what you have calendared films with no air regress, then I'll be damned if I'm not going to be the best calendared no air regress installer ever. You know what I mean? You just got to want it. You got to want it.
For sure.
All the tools are there.
Yeah. God, more tools than ever nowadays than we had back then. Back then, it was just a squeegee and a knife. You didn't have all these little tuck tools and back slitters and.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Is like I'm still a very simplistic tool person. I really am. Like, give me a backing slitter, a blade cage, an Avery red flex stream. I'll take the blue one then take the blue and the red and make it one tool when I'm tucking like weather stripping. A squeegee and a knife. Like, what else do you need? A heat gun, torch, whatever. Like, what else? Nothing. Yeah. Like, I'm happy.
Old school air release tool with the little cork on the end.
Yeah, maybe.
Remember? Jesus.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Everyone used to use that. I mean, everyone used to use it as a picking tool, but I used to use it as an air release tool.
Hell yeah. And then you lose the cork on the end, you stab yourself about 15 times.
Oh my God. I'd go home, my fingers bleeding. Band-Aids, you have to keep those close.
Do you remember not the pointy part of it, but the other side of it was kind of cut?
Oh,
like, swoop, so you could like push air out with it or something. What the hell was that about?
It was like a 45-degree angle. Like,
yeah, what's up with that?
I never got how they got the stupid pin in there. You know what I mean? Right. It never fell out.
Press it in. They had to just press it in super hard with glue or something. I don't know. I hear you though.
That's insane. Yeah, I totally forgot about that little slanted side. I never used that to push any air out.
I think I tried it once and I was like, what? There's no way that I'm doing this wrong. There's no way it's me pushing air out.
No. Jeez. I don't know what else you could use it for, but that sounds like a good idea. Do they even make those anymore? Probably not.
I'm sure you can get them. I'm sure someone's got them.
Amazon or something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's amazing what you can find on Amazon if you just type in vehicle wrapping tools, vehicle wrap tools.
Dude, it's right. And you know what? I found like third-party kind of shady, like, products on there that like everyone else
Everything.
has, but it's like $50 cheaper.
Exactly. And you can get everything on there. And, they're even like they're tagging the big manufacturers like Yellow Tools and Geek Wraps. And it's like, it's in the description and it's clearly not their tool. Like it's crazy. I was on there the other day looking at it and I was like, man, that's insane.
How can you get rid of that?
The reason it came up, I was teaching a class and one of my students was like, oh, I got my own flex streams. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I saw him later in class and he had like these generic knockoff flex streams. I'm like, what? That is not a flex stream. That is a knockoff of this amazing product. Like,
right. You're not
like,
helping
no,
the industry.
It's like half as much. I'm like, yeah, it's twice the shit.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. To your 10, I'll use 1. So
yeah, if I don't lose it.
Right. That's about it. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I listened to some of your other podcasts that you had been on, and I heard you talking about someone could be up and running in 2 days, just going on Amazon. And I did research. Right now. I know. I did it. I'm like, wow, I can literally buy vinyl, and I didn't know that. I'm like, I can literally buy vinyl, squeegee and a blade, and I'm good.
2 days Amazon Prime.
Oh,
you go to AutoZone right now and get vinyl.
I've heard that. I haven't been into an AutoZone
for chrome deletes and things like that. They
yes.
have rolls of black vinyl and like printed carbon.
Yes.
Ridiculous. But hey, whatever.
However
you want to get into listen, if that's how you get into the industry and you become a killer in the field, then more power to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care how you get in. Just get in.
Yeah, we all start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Start in the garage, start, outside, whatever. It is what it is.
You do what you got to do. I respect that. I respect the hustle, man. Because there's no, I've been through it. I've seen it, and you got to respect that. When someone's out there hustling, I don't respect someone that's going to drive the prices down. That drives me absolutely batshit crazy. But I respect the hustle. I respect someone coming, some up and comer coming after my clients. Like, I'm just like, you little MFer. Like, I see you. I don't like you, but I see you.
I'll let you get a little piece. It's all right. It's all right. Oh.
I respect the hustle, but you can't not. It doesn't matter if you're in the vehicle wrap industry or you're selling, fences. It doesn't matter if you're coming up and you're starting a new company or whatever. Dude, I'm so empathetic to those people. Like I've seen it all. I'm not saying that in a cocky manner. I'm saying that as like literally I'm an idiot. I've messed up every possible way you can. And I'm empathetic to those. I'm empathetic to those problems.
I mean, you problem solve. I mean, no matter what. I mean, you got into this business at a very, very young age, and it wasn't like you just started. It's you had bought a business, right, with your brother and your sister.
Yeah. So how we got into the industry is my sister worked for a company in St. Louis. I graduated high school. I graduated high school late, by the way. I graduated a semester late. I was half a credit short of graduating because I was a shithead kid. So anyway, I graduated high school a little late, and I went to work at the sign company, this wrap company my sister was working for. And within like 6 months of working there, they went bankrupt.
Oh, jeez.
And the owner of the company had bought the company. It was a very well-established sign business that was in business for like 20 years. And they were doing, just under $1 million a year. I think it was like $750,000 a year.
Wow.
And he approached my sister and said, hey, you should buy this business from me. And she was, we come from nothing. Like, we literally come from absolutely nothing. Didn't have a pot to piss in, like, nothing. And she basically said that. She's like, listen, I don't have money. I don't have credit. I have nothing. There's no way I can purchase this business. And he said, well, I'll guarantee a business loan for you. I'll co-sign a business loan for you in order for you to purchase this.
Wow.
Yeah. And she approached me, and she was like, what do you think? I was like, well, hell yeah, dude. I was 19. I just turned 19 years old. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. In a year, I'm going to be a millionaire. And she said, well, I'm not going to do it without Joe. And I was like, well, I couldn't agree with you more. So we went and talked to Joe. He was working for my father doing landscaping. And he was all in. We kind of explained to him what it was. He had no idea. He'd never even seen the industry, didn't know what the industry was. We had a guy locally, Tom Deutschman, that used to do my dad's, signs. And we'd gone into a shop a couple of times, so I'd seen his plotter and stuff. I thought it was cool, but I mean, I didn't know anything about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we literally, he co-signed a business loan. We walked in the front door of the office, walked out the back door, and took everything and started our own business. I mean, the most important thing we got was the customer base.
Yeah.
And we called all their customers, and we were like, listen, here's what happened. We said it very tactfully. We didn't dog the company or the previous owners or anything. And we said, listen, if please give us a shot. Mm-hmm. And like 99% of them did.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, because I don't know. Maybe we were good salesmen, or they just felt sorry for a bunch of dumbass kids.
You guys just got sucked into a business. Oh, you're in debt now.
You bought a bankrupt business and you're in debt. Oh yeah, you can do a couple yard signs for
me. What I don't understand is that the owner went bankrupt, and I know it's the business, but he was able to get a loan for you guys and not salvage the business.
Yeah, he graduated from Harvard Business School, bought this sign company for his kids, and his kids bankrupted it within a year.
Jesus.
So I'm not sure how it all worked. I know going into the bank and signing the paperwork, this guy was really wealthy. Going into the bank and signing the paperwork, like he was a very well-respected person in that bank. Like he had pretty deep pockets. So I'm not sure of the details, honestly, because I was young and dumb and
didn't ask questions.
Hell no. Like you're gonna give me this loan. It wasn't even a lot. 30 or 40 grand. Like, I don't even remember.
That's a lot for 19.
Yeah, but
come
it was
on.
Business loan, you know what I mean? On a 5 or 10 year note, whatever it was.
Jesus.
I think the coolest thing about that bank, though, it was kind of a high end bank, and they'd serve you beer.
What?
Yeah, they had a beer cooler in it.
Come on.
Like a fridge. I swear to God. So we go in and drop off deposits. And grab a beer on the way out. Grab a beer from the cooler on the way out, or a water, or a soda, or whatever. But they had beer in there. I used to not always, but occasionally I grab a beer.
Would they be smoking in there too? Was it that time?
No.
Way back then? Jesus.
No. This is the early 2000s, not the early 70s.
Jeez, serving beer at the bank. There's got to be some type of law in there.
Hey, we got beer. We serve beer. We'll give a beer to a client. I got a jewelry company that I work with that gives beer to their clients. They have a whole full stock bar. You know what I mean? If that's what people want, customer service.
Customer service is everything.
Come on.
We usually try to wait till 6 before we crack one open, But hey, it's 1 o'clock. It's lunchtime. Why not?
Whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's how we got in business, man. And I don't know. The rest, as they say, is history. We messed up every single thing we possibly messed up, and we've seen some very high peaks and some very low valleys, and we're on a major upswing right now, and we are really doing well. I'm very, very happy to be in it right now. I believe I'm right. I truly believe it. I believe I'm alive at the right time, and I'm alive at the right time in the right industry, and it's just all working for me, and it's, I don't know, it's very exciting. I'm very excited, and I feel like every day, like it's my first day of work. Like I'm still super stoked to go to work. I'm still super stoked to go teach. I'm still super stoked to go. I get paid to stick stickers. Like really, when you break it down, that's what we get paid to do. Right. We get paid to stick stickers. And we get paid very well to stick stickers. That's what you do. How can you bitch about that? Okay, yeah, sometimes you work late hours. Yeah, sometimes the graphics are messed up. But at the end of the day, you are getting paid to stick stickers. Did you think when you were 5 years old sticking stickers on a model that this is what you were going to be doing? I sure as hell didn't.
No.
But I'll take it.
I'll take it. I used to put them on the back of my skateboards, the back of my notepads.
Yeah.
Who knew, 20 some odd years later, you'd be actually doing these big panels and wrapping just anything,
Man, I certainly didn't. Even when I started, I had no idea where she was going. I had my family, when we first started the business, my aunts and uncles. I have a very large family here in St. Louis. My dad has 5 brothers and sisters. I have tons of cousins, and everybody's here locally. It was just what are you doing? What do you do?
Right.
Like a sign shop? I'm yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. That's good. And, and then years would go by and they'd be yeah, still doing that, huh? I'm yeah.
Thinking it's a joke.
not making any money yet, but we're still opening the doors every day, and then it just kept on going, kept on growing. And, I think we had 1 year that we took a step back in revenue. And, we've had growth every single year other than that 1 year. And it wasn't a big step. It was basically a break even year.
Right. I mean, it's not bad to have those once in a while. I mean, obviously you want to be on an upswing every year. You want to be positive and all that jazz, but
I agree with you. I think it's not bad to have those years as long as your profitability number goes up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that's basically, if you break even from year to year, but your profitability goes up a few points, like you're winning.
Right.
Your expenses go down, your profitability goes up, you get more buying power. You take two positions and you make them one to find the right person to make them one. Like, I don't know. We're always tweaking stuff like that. We're always looking ahead. We're always trying to just sharpen that pencil a little bit more.
100%. It's finding those little nooks and crannies of certain positions where you can kind of minimize, two people in two positions and make them one and save cost and maybe shift them into another position or create a position where it's more valuable for the business. Those are the things you always have to keep on thinking. It's not about, the sales and bringing the sales in. It's, the internals of it. How do you make it more, how do you make the wheels keep turning and still keep costs down? And
oh yeah.
Oh, that's
hard.
That's the hardest part. It is. But you have to want it. You know what I mean? You talk about it. You say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make my business more efficient. Dude, I wasted so much time bullshitting myself into thinking that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fix this problem. And then you get so busy and wrapped up with something else, or you have to deal with someone that quits, or your culture's shit. So you have to work on the culture, and you can't work on, sharpening that pencil a little bit more. Like, you lie to yourself, and then you wonder 3 years down the road why you haven't made a single dime more on your paycheck, Well, that's literally how it goes, though. As a business owner, you don't look week to week. It's years go by, and you just, in a blink of an eye, a year, 2 years have passed, and you're just like, wow, I haven't done nothing.
Yeah, dude, and I'm telling you, it happened to me the first 10 years of business.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? Those first 10, no, it's fine. Those first 10 years in the beginning stages, but that's okay because that was still really at its infancy. Right now, it's still at its infancy, but it's getting a lot more recognition for the industry, like in what we're doing. Back then, it was still kind of trial and error. People were still figuring out the whole vinyl wrap thing. So it was like perfect time to explore. Yeah.
It was a myth, and it was all, everybody wanted to paint everything. I remember when we first started, it was like the painters locally thought we had, 5 eyes. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you doing? You're doing what? No, you're going to paint that. Like, no, I'm going to print this in literally 5 minutes when it would take you 5 days to do all these drop shadows and everything. and I'm going to install it. You know what I mean? And dude, we fought painters a long time. And then it was kind of like, it was like the industry came up on painting. And listen, please don't get me wrong. I respect the most? Old school pinstriping. We can talk about that in a little bit, but I love pinstriping. I love airbrushing. I think there's a place for dip even, a very small, very tiny little corner in a dark room for dip. But, but my point is like, we were coming up, and these people thought they've been on the top for so long.
Yeah.
And the industry started coming up, and it got really big, really powerful, really quick, and the painters were just like, whoa, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Because they turned a blind eye, you know what I mean? They thought it was a fad. It's a powerful lesson in business, you know what I mean? I don't, if I see someone that has a good idea or something like that, or that could be a good idea, that could catch on, that could go viral, I listen to it, man, and I actually do some research on it before I just say, "Oh, you're an idiot," because I believe that's a perfect case study.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect case study.
Yeah, you can't sleep on things. It might take a little while for it to catch wind, but it's something you want to keep in the back of your mind. For
sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
And even going back, business wise, having, I know we've brought this up prior in other podcasts talking about, business coaches and mentors and things like that. I know you have a big mentor, Ben Newman,
yeah, dude,
on your side. That's huge. That guy is just unreal. I've watched videos, I've listened to a couple of his podcasts, and it's just inspiring, the stuff this guy does.
Man, he's like my brother. I seriously love that guy. Like, he's like my older brother. And we have a very good relationship. I've been working with him for like 15 years.
Wow.
I originally met him. He was selling Northwestern Mutual Investments. And I was like, I didn't have that dime. I had no money. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll buy something for you. I like it. I would spend like $20 a month or something. And it was like, at that time, like, you gotta understand, Ben was the sales guy for Northwestern Mutual. Like, he was the guy. And he was killing it. Absolutely killing it. And, we just became fast friends. I mean, something about him and something about us. He respected us. We respected him. And he started, we had gone through a couple business coaches and performance coaches, not really performance coaches, but business coaches. And we were at a point in our careers where we're like, listen, man, I see you doing big things. We're going to do big things. We're doing big things now. Not nearly what we could be doing, but we need some help. And he's like, bro, I got you. I got you. And he came on and again, man, I love that guy. I'm in debt to him a lot. I don't know if I could ever repay him for the things that he's done for myself and my family and the help he's given us, truly.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched his, one of his feeds, which was just an amazing story where his wife gave this young mother their personal vehicle.
Yeah. Their Volvo XC90.
Yeah. Reading through the whole thing, I'm just like, oh my God, these people are amazing.
Dude, that wasn't even Ben's idea. That was his wife's idea. Ben didn't say, hey, let's do this. And no, she brought it to Ben and said, look at this story. Look at this woman. Like, let's give her our vehicle. And that's the type of people they are. Like, that's just solid. Like, come on.
I mean, very far few in between that you find people like that on this earth anymore. And they're willing to give a complete stranger their vehicle in a time of need. To be so generous, something like that is
it's great.
Thoughtful.
But dude, good-hearted people attract good-hearted people.
Yes.
Hard workers attract hard workers. If you're a negative Nancy, you're going to get a bunch of negative Nancy's around you. So if you sit there and complain about be a victim all the time and you're whining all the time, you're going to find someone that wants to listen to you, and that person is going to be the same exact way.
Right.
I prefer to surround myself with fucking killers.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. That's just it. You know what I mean? And that makes me grind. When I pull up we do this, I meet with this high performing group of gentlemen once a month. It's called the dinner, and we go to dinner once a month, and we sit there and we have a guest speaker. And when I pull up there and I see people pulling up in, $150,000 cars, and they come in their badass suits and there's other people that own pest control companies. They come in boots and whatever. These dudes are they're killers, and it makes me better. It makes me better, and I want to be the best at anything I do. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I dig the coaching. I dig surrounding myself with people. It just makes me so happy.
That's amazing. Is that a little bit of the training side in you where you want to give back and kind of help the industry in that way, being a trainer, getting good quality people out there to be good business owners? Yeah.
I think it's multifaceted. I think there's a lot of parts to that. I mean, it's like a pentagon. There's probably 5 different sides to it. If first off, if I can help the industry, why the hell wouldn't I? I would be doing a disservice to the industry as a whole. If I can train people and they get better and they make our product more well known and our industry grows, how is that a bad thing for me personally and my business and my family and my partners and my team? It's not. So I want the industry to get better. I enjoy helping people, just individual people. I really, it makes me very happy. So I like helping people. I like helping the industry. There are coaches and there are trainers and there are people out there. You see it on Instagram all the day. all day, every day. They're fakes, man. They're fakes. So I'm not. I'm a real dude, and I'm a real person, and I'm a high performer. I'm a killer in my field. If someone's going to pay for advice, like I want to be the person that they pay. I want to be the person that they talk to. I want to be the person that volunteers the information. It's not all about the money. You know, I know that I can help them, and I know that they're getting good quality information from me from firsthand knowledge, not from a book I read. Some of it obviously is like, you know,
influenced.
0.5%.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but the rest of it is from firsthand knowledge of growing a multi-million-dollar brand and messing up and, again, seeing the high peaks and low valleys, building a brand and building a business and having business partners and building relationships and sales and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? So you got the personal thing, the industry thing, helping people, you know, actually getting good advice from someone that's gone through it.
Right.
And dude, the final thing is it's selfish. It makes me feel good. It makes me happy. When I help somebody in any manner, it makes me happy. It makes me feel good. And so there's a large part of it that it's selfishness. I do it selfishly.
But it feels good when you put out good vibes like that and help and put good things out to the universe. At the end of the day, you might not see the, you know, residual back right away, but in the long run, you know, it's just good to do that. It's just you know, there's not that many people that do that shit anymore. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to fend for themselves and be like, nah, you figure it out. I figured it out. So you can figure it out. And it's just, nobody wants to say or help anybody anymore. And, you know, I feel like I kind of, you know, selfishly, I kind of do the podcast on, you know, night times and, you know, obviously you're away from your kids now doing this, and I appreciate your time, and I'm kind of doing the same. My kids are in their room chilling, and I'm over here doing this. And selfishly, this makes me feel amazing because of the fact that, like, I get to edit this, get to put it out, other people get to listen to it and reap the fruits of this content, this information that I provide for free to everybody to listen to. Just download it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just, it makes me feel good. And you know, even this week where I didn't get to post this week's episode on Monday because now I'm just going random. I
saw your story.
Dude, I felt selfish as fuck on Monday. I'm like, dude, I feel like shit. There's nothing coming out. And I had to put it out there because of the fact that, like, I've been doing it for almost 2 years, and it's every Monday. I've never missed an episode, and I'm just like, oh my God, Mondays are just boring to me now. I don't get that satisfaction of people liking it or DMing me and saying, hey, you know, great advice at this time and this information. Thanks for sharing. And, you know, I got to wait for it later on, but it just putting that out there and helping other people and not feeling like you're helping your potential, let's just say your potential. Yes. You know what I mean?
I don't mind about that.
Yeah.
I really don't. You know what I mean? If people are going to do what I'm doing, that's fine. Like, cause what I'm doing now is you'll see it in 2 years, and it's like, you do what I'm doing now, that's fine. I'm already passing you. You know what I mean?
You're already ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
People are just
what I'm
mimicking
doing now,
it.
I planned 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it is. You know, that's just how it is. If you want to be a monster, you gotta do monster stuff. And that's, you know, planning 2 years ahead, 3 years ahead, 4 years ahead.
Jesus. And how do you manage all this? Do you write in a journal? Do you document it some way, somehow, and then go back?
I'm a big checklist guy. I like to reverse engineer things. So I set a goal. And I figure out that I need to create, let's just say it's a sales goal. I have to have $1 million in revenue this year from my personal sales. All right. Well, that breaks out into, you know, this many calls. I got to touch clients this many times, you know, a month, which breaks out to a week, to a day, to an hour, you know, and then I figure out that that's what I have to do. And so you figure that out and you get ahead. You do one or two more than you need to do. And by the time you hit the end of November, you got a whole month that's free to you. You got a whole month that you're going up. You're fucking doubling down now. You're working overtime and you're not even working overtime. because you work so hard those other months. And I'm a huge fan of reverse engineering stuff. I think that's the way to go. I really enjoy doing that. Because you can take this huge goal, and you reverse engineer it and you simplify it to a fact that it's attainable.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You take this massive goal and you break it down into daily actions, and it's like, oh, well, that ain't nothing. All I got to do is call 5 people a day. All I got to do is call 2 people a day. All I got to do is call, give my business card to 3 people a week. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That ain't nothing.
I think people get overwhelmed when they start creating goals. It's like, oh, how's that going to happen? They don't think in breaking it down segments.
Got to break it down.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
It is.
Dude, I do that when I rap, man. Do it when I rap. I look at a color change. For instance, I've done that Escalade. I look at a door. I'm wrapping a door. I'm looking directly at the body line, that happy line, and I'm breaking that thing up vertically. I'm hitting that squeegee line, so then I have that panel broken into 2 panels.
Yep.
And then I'll get down to the next body line, then I'll break that up, and then I'll go to the right side, to the door jamb, all sides, to the door edge. You know what I mean? Everything, if you look at a full color change, you take all the corners, all the cuts, all the squeegee marks, all the heat, you're going to use your application glove here, and you need to break your blade here, and dude, it's overwhelming. Your brain can't handle all of it. You break it down into little minute detail or like small steps. That's what it's about.
Jesus. See, that's what makes you a competition winner, world champion right there.
Yeah, I think it helps.
Yeah. A little ADD too, maybe.
A little.
I think a lot of us have it. A lot of the vehicle wrap industry people that are at the top of the game have a little ADD in them, if not a lot. You have to have it.
Details. You have to. Yeah, I'm hyper focused on those little details. Like if I wrap the driver's door, I always do the passenger side first. You know what I mean? You make mistakes on the passenger side. The driver
don't ever see it.
Yeah. And then you learn,
That's
right?
awesome.
And I write my time down. So the passenger door took me 34 minutes. Well, the driver's door is going to take me 34 or less. If I get over 34, like I got to punish myself in some way. Like I got to do something. I got to go run or do something. There's got to be some sort of punishment because I know that I can do it that fast. I know that I did it that fast on the first one. If I cannot better my time on the second one, there's an issue. Yeah. Joe and I did that yesterday. We went on site. I had a good client of mine call me. They had 8 vehicles that they needed done partial wraps on. Mm-hmm. And they're, when we send our guys out, it's a 2.5 hour for 2 guys, a 2.5 hour to 3 hour installation.
Wow.
Joe and I got the first one done in an hour 20. Our average for 7 of them, we got 7 of them done yesterday. We could have done the 8th one, but they have a wrap already on it. They did. Like they hired another, we couldn't get it on our schedule. So they hired another company to come in and wrap these vehicles, and they messed it up. They messed up one so bad that they called me and they're like, man, what can you do? Actually, they didn't call me. I actually sent them an email and I was like, listen, I feel really bad. I can get out there on Wednesday. It's the only day I can do it. And I'll bring one guy with me and I'll do my best for you. Mm. And I got out there and I realized that they had hired someone else to do one and they were just like, oh my God, we've been such a valuable listen. Like, see, I'm right, you did.
You didn't call me first.
No, but we got, the first one is an hour 20. Our average on all of them was 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 30 seconds.
Wow. So you
for 7 of them.
So you shave 12 minutes each one.
Yeah, our average ended up being, we actually got under an hour on 2 of them.
No breakdown on anything? Just
nothing. No breakdown on anything. Wipe it down. They already had them clean. We do a final wipe with alcohol.
Yep.
Tape the panels together, magnet it up, tape the panels together, magnet it up on either side. And I was getting done a little bit before Joe. His side was a little more complicated. He had some other stuff to cut around. I would get done a little bit before Joe, like literally like 2 or 3 minutes, and it gave me enough time to put little spot graphics on the back, and we would just bust ass to the next one. Mm. The client came out and he's like, what is going on? They're like, how are you doing this? Because they have people come in that do 1 a day. They have people come in that do, even our crew does, 4 a day, 3 a day.
And you two are like busting out 7.
Oh, dude. I'm kind of
not even breaking a sweat.
Oh my! I probably lost 10 pounds.
Oh Jesus!
Sweating my ass off, dude. We got done. We loaded everything back up into the truck, and I took my shirt off in the parking lot, put another shirt on. And I was like, oh, so got the rain sweat out of it. Gross. No AC in this location, just miserable. There was just a bunch of fans.
Yeah.
I got a feeling of cold air every once in a while. I'm not sure if that was like a draft, but it certainly was not air conditioned.
Oh, jeez. You got to love those mobile location jobs where they give you everything and they say, yeah, no problem. It's not too hot, and you get there, it's like a sweatshop. You're like, oh my God.
It's not hot for them because they work in it every day.
Well, they're used to it. For us, oh God, we keep at least I try to keep the bay because I'm in there most of the day. 70 degrees, 71 degrees.
Oh, that's beautiful. We're like 75 to 80. But our bay is real big. Our install bay is 10,000 square foot, and it's got 20-foot ceilings. So it's super expensive to air condition.
Oh my God, 20,000 square feet? You said?
It's 10,000 square foot.
10,000, even 10,000. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's big. Our facility is 27,000 square feet.
Oh my God, 27,000. I can't even imagine 27,000 square feet. How many cars at one time have you had in your bay?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Because it's always a mixture of cars, boats, trucks, box trailers.
Jeez.
But I think I did the math one day and we could fit 40 cars in our bay.
Oh my God. That's like so ideal for a nice fleet. Oh my God.
Oh, it's great, man. It's great. And then like our install bay is like really, really nice. Nice, well lit. Nice. We spent a boatload on our floors to make them nice and beautiful. And then we have a warehouse next door that we store a lot of stuff in.
Wow.
And I try not to keep anything outside longer than it has to be. I don't want anything stolen.
Oh, stolen, wet, rain.
Anything. Exactly. Oh. That's the thing, dude. Like, imagine the time you save. Like, yes, we brought on this warehouse space, but the time that we save from not blowing stuff out with an air compressor, we pull it in when it arrives, sits inside for 2 or 3 days before we get to it. We don't even have to pull it outside because the garage door leading from our install facility to our warehouse.
Wow. Just
pull it in, make sure it's not too hot, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Or too cold for that matter.
Yeah. I do like it a little colder than warm, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too. But if I kept my bay at 70 degrees, dude, my CFO would whip my ass.
Yeah. What's this $1,500 AC bill? What's going on here?
Oh man, she's got me scared. I spend scared money.
Those are the things you got to think about. Do you have your AC control like in a lockbox type of thing? I've seen those around in a couple shops.
My brother's got it on his phone.
Oh, come on.
He's a me off with it too. He doesn't even care. He just, it's at 80. Like, dude, turn to 74. All right. Like,
oh my God, 3 degrees. I could feel 4 more extra degrees. I could feel it. It's
100%.
It's so weird. It's like you can walk through the bay and it's like, all right, it's cool. But when you're like in a location and you're rapping and you're going panel and you feel that one bead of sweat, you're like, it ain't 71. Somebody turn that shit down. Come on, I shouldn't be breaking a sweat right now.
It's like part of our office is a 2-story office area that we have everyone's offices there. There's all the departments over there. And my office is upstairs, and there's staircases from our install bay leading upstairs. And as you walk up the stairs, like you get to the top of the stairs, and it's 10 degrees warmer.
Oh,
it's insane how hot it gets actually up there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing a box truck, for instance, like you're doing a 53-foot trailer. Like when you're doing the top of the panel, you're like, oh my God, dude. Like it's so hot. By the time you get to the bottom, you're like, oh, it's so nice. But then it's like time enough to get back over. You're getting right back up on the ladder or the lift or whatever.
Yeah. I'll 2-guy it, and whenever someone asks, hey, you want to get up on the ladder? Nope, I'll stay right down here. I'm good. I'll be right here and get this first 4 feet in front of me. You can get the rest.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's what you get when you're the senior guy in the install bay. I'll stay level here with my feet on the ground.
Right yeah. We bought a scissor lift. It's been helping out a lot. We got a scissor lift not too long ago, and it's been super helpful.
Oh God, it keeping from going up and down, putting your panels in it. You don't have to get off.
Dude, we went from those little ladders with a walkboard to those push around scaffoldings to we got a scissor lift. I think it was almost a year ago now we got our scissor lift. Anytime we'd rent one for the building, we would use it for like box trucks. We'd like time it. So it was like, we needed to change out the light bulbs in the bay. So we'd rent a scissor lift and then we'd put like 2 or 3 box trucks in there too. So we were
there you go.
Nah, this worked out a lot. And we did that enough times where we presented it to our CFO. And we're like, listen, we're going to buy a scissor lift.
Yeah.
she's like, what?
What?
I'm like, no, for real, we're going to do this. Like, please don't get mad at me.
I already made a payment on the first one. It's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, there might be the chance I signed the paper already. I don't know. I'll see you there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Speaking of new tools, I just saw that you got a new cutter today. Was it a new cutter?
Yeah, we got a new cutter. Yeah. I talked to Chris DeFeo. I don't know if you guys don't know who Chris DeFeo is. He on CL Vision of Houston. He's a freaking monster, dude. He is a monster, and he's got his shop so dialed in, it's absolutely insane.
Wow.
And he had this laminator that he was, rip roaring about, so I'll probably end up buying that too. But he showed me his cutter, dude. It's this cutter he got, and it was cutting like full roll. It would automatically start itself and all this stuff. And I was like, man, I gotta have that because that'll save. How many hours would that save? An hour a day. So you're saving 250 hours a year, billed out at $120, $100 an hour. Come on, $20 grand. Like, what's an $8,000 plotter? It doesn't matter.
Right. And it saves somebody babysitting it too,
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I saw that and I sent him a text. I was like, what plotter you got? Sent me the link and I bought it the next day.
Is that the and I know I always butcher the name, the Tangent, I don't even know. The head doesn't move just left to right. Like the knife actually goes up and down and cuts it for you as well. And it's got.
If you want to know the truth, I do not know.
You have no idea. You just were like, "Hey, I want that one."
Well, we needed it for our print department, and the print department is not something that I go into. My brother really has been in charge of that since the jump off of the company. I can tell you right now, I couldn't even go in and turn on the printers. Like, I could figure it out because I'm mechanically inclined, right? But I don't mess around in there. Like, if they need help laminating, I'll laminate, but I do not mess with the printers, and I do not mess with the print cut plotter stuff. I don't do it.
No design work, no nothing. You just straight hands on. Got to have your hands on the car, vinyl. That's your thing.
Install and steer the ship, man.
I like that.
I love install. I am an installer. Like, that's the thing. Like, we had a big meeting. So we got this new strategic business coach. So I want to get back to the coaching thing.
Yeah.
So we have this new strategic business coach, and this guy, he's a father figure to me. I've known him for 30 years, and he's my best friend's dad. Mm-hmm. And he's uber successful in his life, and he's been consulting for almost 30 years, I believe. And he's taken companies from startups to 9-figure companies. Like, he's the guy. Like, he's the fucking guy. Wow. So we have him as our strategic business coach, and paired with Ben Newman. I mean, these are two coaches that Fortune 500 companies don't have.
Right.
And I'm bragging right now because I am so happy. I am so happy to have these two gentlemen in my life, and the crew that we have, and what we have going on. It's absolutely insane. I forgot what I was going with that. I got on a tangent about Stu.
You got so excited. I think you were talking about the whole what was it? Now you got me going about the kind of like a coaching part in oh my god. You got
whatever.
me.
I'll parlay it into the coaching thing.
Yeah, it's all good.
The coaching is like, yeah, like when I was telling Ben Newman this when I did his podcast, The Burn, the other day. When he speaks, I literally think he's talking to me. I could be watching a podcast or listening to him do a keynote or something, and I literally believe he's talking to me. And the way that makes me feel. And I've been so fortunate to have such great business coaches. Like, Andy Frisello was one of my first business coaches, and that dude has companies that do, I would say, $500 million a year.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude fucking kills it. He kills it. And, he happens to be a buddy of mine. He came in and coached, did some business coaching for me. And I still look at my notes that I took during our meetings, and if I would have done everything he asked me to do, I would be retired by now. But I was such an arrogant little shit. Thought I had it all figured out. You know what I mean? Thought I couldn't do what he was telling me I needed to do. It's just astonishing. But looking back at those notes and looking back at the business coaches I had, it's a big deal to me. And I'm actually launching a coaching company. That's the reason I want to talk about this. I'm launching a business coaching company, and I want people to get that feeling. And that's the reason I'm doing it. Like, I want to help people. Obviously, we went over this. You know what I mean? I want to help people. I want to help the industry. I want to selfishly feel good about helping people, but I want people to have that feeling. You know what I mean? I want people to actually get good advice, sound advice, and go out there and crush. I want people to be successful. Andy Purcell once told me, dude, I was like, why are you helping me? Because he was doing it, and he was like doing it in his life. You know what I mean? He was doing really well, and he's like, dude, I don't want poor friends. Wow. And I was like, man, I get it. Like, I didn't understand him at the time. I didn't get it. But now I get it. And I'm just like, dude, I want people to be successful. And that's what he meant by that. It's not like he doesn't want poor friends. Him saying that, you have to know him saying that was basically saying, listen, man, like, I want you to be successful. I want to help you. And that's what I want to do. And that's why I'm starting this company. I'm just stoked about it.
That's amazing. So it's not going to be so much industry related, but more like whatever your goals may be, you're going to help accomplish and hold people accountable and check up on them and whatnot.
Yeah, we're gonna I have a whole interview process that we're gonna have people go through. Like, I don't want to work with everybody, to be completely honest with you, as bad as that may sound to some people. I don't. I want to work with people that want to do the work. You know, and people will sit there and be like, oh, I want to do the work, and they're lying to themselves. And I can sense it from a mile away, and I don't want to work with those people, and I'll vet those people. But yeah, I mean, I want to create monsters. And, you know, I have a few coaches on staff already that have agreed to join the staff. And I'm working with Ben Newman. In case it scales too large, I'm working with Ben Newman. He's got a whole coaching company as well. And he agreed to partner with me if it scales too quickly and help me out with his coaches that have on his staff. So we'll see where it's going to go. It is designed for scalability, but again, I want to work with the best people, and I want to work with people that are willing to do the work, and hopefully this interview process will separate those people.
Yeah. So when are you officially going to launch this business coaching business?
I want to say RapsCon. I could pull the trigger on it tomorrow. Honestly, I'm ready to go. But it's been ready. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of really looking myself in the mirror and making damn sure that this is something that I'm willing to commit to. You know, when I was training and I was fighting everyone, when I stopped fighting, everyone always asked if I would train them. And I always said no. I always said no because I couldn't commit to it, you know, and I always have a feeling, I'll never forget how that made me feel, you know, when people would ask me to coach, like I was honored by it. But at the same time, I was like, I just don't have the time. I just had kids. I just got married. There's always something. There's always some reason, you know, and now I'm at the point in my life where I think I have enough time. I know I have enough time to commit to this, and I know I can be successful, and I know I can make sure people get their money's worth, you know, because it's not going to be inexpensive. It's not, you know, you're taking 18 years of business advice and performance advice, and you know, that cost me millions of dollars. Yeah.
Lots of money you lost in the process to just give it out for pennies. You know what I mean? It's literally, you know, great advice, learning it from someone who's, you know, gone through the trenches and has figured it out. And people out there, you know, I think there's people out there that, you know, you can tell them, whatever the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink type of deal.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of people out there. I'm one of them. God, when I was younger and started my own business, I didn't know shit. People would give me great advice. I had a guy that was in business for like 40 something years in an awning company. I ended up partnering up with him for one of the shops. He had sold his old shop, and he rented a huge shop. He didn't need all the space, so he ended up subleasing a little bit of the space to me, and he mentored me a lot. And I didn't take any of his fucking advice, but he knew. And you know, at the time I was going through some hard times, through my divorce, and he told me, you know, you might think about jumping ship, sell the business, get out now while you can. You're not going to lose your shirt. And I probably should have taken his advice then, but I ran the thing to the ground till I turned that key in. And,
Sure.
It was probably one of the, biggest, as funny as this sounds, it might not be funny to other people, but to me, if you knew my situation, you'd be like, all right, I cried more turning in my keys and losing my business that last day, April 1st, 2015. I cried more on that day than the day I found out I was getting a divorce. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, it makes sense though. You know what I mean?
It's
It
crazy.
makes perfect sense, look, business is not easy.
No.
Okay? It's not. And anybody that's been in it and that's done it and that has failed and been successful or you have to have the failures, I believe. And anyone that says they have not failed is a
bullshit.
A liar.
Yeah.
They are lying to your face.
Yes.
They're just too prideful and they're just too prideful. But you have to have those failures in order to grow as a professional. You have to have those failures. You have to feel what it's like to miss paychecks. You have to feel what it's like to not be able to pay your rent, to pay your electric. You have to feel what it's like. Dude, I had a vehicle repossessed, you have to feel that.
Same here.
You have to feel that. You have to feel what it's like when your fucking friends find out you got a vehicle repossessed and you lie to them.
Yeah.
And make an excuse about why it was done. Like, you need to fucking feel that in order to understand how great the successes feel.
Yeah. You take advantage of that shit. Yeah. That's crazy you bring that up. I totally forgot about that. It's been many, many years, but fuck. That's a long lesson. And you still pay for that shit, even when they repossess it. They sell it and you still got to pay the dividends of what you owe of the balance after they sell it. Believe it or not.
Many years ago. I put it behind me.
Same here. When you brought it up, I was like, wow, yeah, I remember that. Got my lunchbox taken away, my XB. Fuck. You drive around, brand new car, you have it for a few years, and yeah, I know that embarrassment. It's going from a brand new car to having, a 10-year-old car, ship box, and living paycheck by paycheck. It sucks. You got to swallow your pride, tuck your tail in,
But that's hard to do. It's hard to do, especially with someone like myself, someone like yourself, anyone that's in this industry that starts their own business. That takes balls,
Oh.
It takes confidence. It takes a leap of faith. And if you do that, you're obviously a confident person. You know what I mean? And for you to have to swallow yourself and say, hey, this isn't working, and admit that is an almost impossible task. And it's just tough, man. You never want to fail. You never want to lose.
No.
But having the proper advice, that helps. It certainly helps. I've been mentoring and coaching people for forever. Like, honestly, for 5 years business wise. You know what I mean? 4 years business wise, and help people grow their businesses and there's just I don't know. It makes me feel really good. And I see these people successful. I see them hiring people. I see them, selling these big jobs, and I see them online with their, going on vacation. Like, I don't know. It makes me feel good that I could help in a small way in order to help to make that happen.
Yeah. That must feel real good. It's just,
I dig that shit, man. Like I said, that's that little selfish part of it.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you also have a bunch of other ventures that you're active in as well, right?
I got some stuff going on. Yeah, there's some other stuff. We have vinyl images. I have the coaching that we're gonna get ready to launch. I do John Duever Incorporated, which is essentially my training.
Mm-hmm.
Through Avery Dennison and other avenues. Any of the training is done through John Duever Incorporated, and then the Rap app is still present. We're gonna have to do a big facelift on that very soon. It's been around for about 3 years now, and it's doing well, but it needs a facelift for sure. So we're gonna be hammering down on that. I think this fall, we're gonna facelift and relaunch again. Not relaunch, but just rejuvenate it at the end of 19 and get it back up and popular again for 20.
Nice. I love it. Amazing. I'm still in awe on how much time you still have throughout the day with all these crazy things going around, and sticking to a schedule, and working those days out and getting as much as you get done.
Impossibly talented team, Jeff. I have an impossibly talented team. Like my wife, dude. She does all my travel. She books all my travel, my rental cars, my hotels, anywhere I go. She takes care of that for me. You know how much time that saves?
Oh my God, I can imagine. Hours.
I mean, granted, I bought her a car to do it, but
that was a trade-off. Hon, I'll get you a nice car. You just got to book some flights and make sure I'm okay.
Be my assistant, okay? She's like, hell no. I'm like, I'll buy your car.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I could book a couple trips.
That's awesome. You gotta have, and I think a big part too is your life partner, your spouse that, is involved in what you got going on. Yeah.
It's everything to me. I worship the ground my wife walks on. I really do. And we've been together, we were together 9 years before we got married, and we've been married 7 years. So we've been together 16 years. And,
wow.
And dude, I look at her and I just start sweating. I just love that girl so much. She's my everything, dude, for real. I just love her so much. I think she's the fucking hottest chick in the world, and she's so smart. She's got 2 masters.
Wow.
She's so patient. She teaches high school kids.
Wow.
Come on.
Oh man, you gotta.
There's a place in heaven for teachers, bro.
Yeah, especially high school kids. Oh my God.
When she first started, I told her she had to stop coming home and telling me stories because I was going to whip a high school kid's ass.
Oh God, we've all been there, right? What we used to say about our teachers and
but I know now it's my wife, bro.
Yeah, no. Oh my God!
It's funny. But one of the best things about her, she's got her master's in education. When I first started training, I was a fish out of water, man. I still really feel sometimes like a fish out of water. I'm getting better, but I would feel uncomfortable, and I would literally break class and call her and be like, "Hey, how do I get through this?" Yeah, she would coach me through my issues, and she's just, I don't know, she's awesome. I can't say enough positive things.
That's amazing.
And that's how it should be with your spouse. You got to you got to be willing to put the work into a marriage. I'll tell you that. All the old men that I was friends, I still friends with my uncles and old men that I was friends with. They would, when I was getting married, they were all like, "What are you doing? Why would you do that?" Blah blah blah. And not one of them said, "Listen, it's going to be a lot of work. You have to really put some effort into this, and you gotta do things that." You got to do things to really make it work every single day.
Yeah.
And none of them said that. And I realized that over time. It was just well, you have to actually put effort in this. It doesn't just
work
happen.
Itself out.
Yeah. You mean if you don't talk about this, it just doesn't go away?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, hell no, man. It's you put the work in there. Find the right person, put the work in, and you just make it work. My parents were divorced, and they were divorced in 8th grade, which was a very, very difficult time for any young man. And, it really messed me up, for a while. And I always told Stephanie, listen, I just don't, we're not going to get divorced. We're going to work through it,
whatever it takes.
Whatever. Yeah. And we've just made that commitment to each other, and it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very happy. I'm in a great spot in my life with my 2 sons and my wife and my businesses and my business partners and my brother and my sister. Dude, I used to want to kill them. And now we love each other,
It's amazing. It's a good group.
It is. It really is. The business partnerships are hard. They're very, very difficult, especially when, anybody that knows me, how I am. I'm a pretty aggressive guy. You know what I mean? If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. And it's that's how my brother's pretty soft spoken. My sister's she's not even say real aggressive. She sees me as her little brother. You know what I mean? She's like, listen, shut up. I'll whip your ass, And I'm the way I am. So, it took us a while to figure each other out when we started being business partners. It was hard. It was hard. It was stressful. But dude, I tell you what, man, I love her so much, and I love Joe so much, and we have just such a beautiful thing going. And I don't know. If you would have told me 10 years ago when we were at the lowest of the low where we would be now, I would just be like, dude, well, I would hope, of course I think that, but to actually be there, to be where we're going and to see how bright our future is right now, it's like, I don't know. I can't think about it too much. I'll cry about it.
Yeah.
It's too much work. We put in too much work, too much time.
Right. You put in all that time to get you to where you are now, and hopefully that propels you towards the future at the end of the day. And it can only get better from here. You've already been at the lowest, figuring it all out in trial and error, and now you guys are reaping the benefits of all that now,
Again, man, comes down to the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we kind of know what we're doing as business owners? Yeah, we do. You can't deny it. But without the people that we have surrounded ourselves with, without our coaches, without our managers, without our team, without, a badass dude that runs our printers, a badass dude that runs our production facility, our designers, our installers, like, who else? Our CFO, the person that answers the phones, like everybody. Like, my DOO is my sister-in-law. Like, it's deep family rooted.
Yeah.
And everybody is type A and everybody is a velociraptor, and somehow it works. I don't really know how, but it just works. Everybody's paddling the boat in the right direction.
That's awesome. Awesome.
It's only taken 16 years, but
it's only taken that long, but it was worth it. It doesn't happen overnight, as we all know. So
that's for damn sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You put in your time. Now you can kind of, focus on other things and doing great things for the industry, man. I can't say enough of what you got going on, and,
thank you.
Just everything. I believe we met each other last year at RapsCon. You were there.
At RapsCon.
I think you had your boot. Was it your boot? Was it your boot that time?
Yeah, I was on a knee scooter. I broke my leg real bad. 2 years, August 25th will be 2 years. I broke my leg real bad in a side-by-side accident.
Oh.
I'm six surgeries in, and
Jesus.
And now I'm good. I think I'm gonna have one more surgery. I'm gonna try to get this big plate taken out because it's pretty brutal. You ever see me wearing? I don't wear shorts very often because fucking people stare at my legs, and I'm subconscious about it. I'll get over it. I'm such a little bitch. I'll get over it.
It's just your leg. You're fine.
If you would have like saw it when it happened, you'd be like, oh, duh, it looks like that.
Yeah.
Dude, they talked about amputation and and that was 6 different surgeries. Like, I pulled my bones out of the ground.
Jesus Christ. This is why I don't do crazy shit like that.
Yeah, that's the last crazy thing I did.
Yeah. That was the end. That was the straw that broke the camel's back right there.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't say that. I can't say that I'm not
Daredevil.
Crazy. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out in my life what I can do to get adrenaline again. Because I have to get adrenaline, and that I keep getting this urge to get back into these vehicle rap competitions. So I think I'm going to do that, but I'm not down with like team stuff. I want to do. I don't want to rap. I want to do a head to head, singular events. And I'm not looking to wrap a mannequin. I want to do box trucks. I want to do cars, vans, SUVs, floors, walls, windows.
Day-to-day shit.
Yeah. Like, there's less than you wrap a mannequin. I'm sorry. Like, to each his own. But to me, let's get back to the roots of our industry. And if you're going to do a rap competition, let's do it. And let's actually wrap stuff we rap every day.
Man, I think you should be the guy that puts that together. What do you think?
I want to compete in it. I can't put it together and compete in it.
Why not? Have you put it underneath somebody else's name?
Yeah. I'll organize everything under Bob Smith.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sounds like a great idea. No? Jeez.
No, I don't know. We'll see. I think there's some good competitions out there. I'm not trying to toss smack on them. I really do. I love that the competitions are still going on.
Yeah.
But I just think it's getting to the point now where it needs a rejuvenation. And again, nothing against anyone who's putting on competitions, but I think that, these last minute changes that people are running into, as a competitor, I want it structured, and I want to know what I'm doing and how it's going to transpire so I can mentally be prepared for that.
Yeah.
You know, like these last minute changes for me. I mean, listen, if I'm involved and I'm going in.
Right.
But dude, you know, when you sit there, dude, I used to find out what car we were getting in these competitions, and I'd rent the car for 3 days and I'd wrap it.
That's dedication right there.
Bro,
oh my God.
I told you, I'm all about the trophy.
It's all about that it all started with that F-250, that free F-250 or whatever it was.
It has nothing to do with that. I want the plaque. Yeah. I want the trophy.
I want something physical that I can bring around with me day in and day out and just show people, hey, I won this.
They're like, oh, we're going to give $1,000 to the winner. I'm like, well, I guess we'll give $1,000 trophy.
Yeah, I'm going to buy myself a trophy to make up for it. Oh my God, that's so but honestly, I know exactly where you're coming from, because there's nothing worse than being mentally unprepared for a project that you kind of want to have a little insight on. Like even dude, it was funny even today, and I had this conversation with one of the installers that we just hired. That's new. It's the owner's brother, and he's known stuff, but he hasn't really been in the industry for that long to understand certain things. So I asked our production manager, I was like, hey, that next car that's coming in for the partial, what kind of car is it? So I can mentally prepare while I'm doing this project on how I'm going to attack it, and just brainstorm in my head while I'm doing this. They're like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, dude, why do you care? It's just another job. I'm like, dude, because I have to mentally prepare. Like, okay, if it's going to be a recessed handle, I'm going to have to know, am I taking the handles off or am I cutting around them? Like, I have to, like, physically know.
Dude, I used to have an install team that was like that, where, like, if something changed up last minute, they would seriously be upset. Be like, well, I've been thinking about this F-250, partial wrap all night. You know, now you're all of a sudden you're going to throw on an SUV. Like, this is completely different, you know? Like, and it, like, I used to always, like, I don't know. I kind of always, like, as a business owner and someone that was doing scheduling and stuff, I would, like, look down on it and be like, what the fuck, man? Like, just do it. Like,
just get it done.
To be able,
right.
You have to be able to adapt on the fly. Like, adapt and overcome. But now that you said that, it makes perfect sense. Because I feel the same way when I'm doing competition. I didn't, you put it in perspective of, they're in competition every single day.
Yeah. Just
it makes
grinding.
Sense.
Yeah. That's crazy. Renting that car, figuring it out. Whew.
Dude, I would make specialty tools to hold the door handles. Like I would, because you couldn't take door handles off during the competition. But you can, you can jam a flex frame in there, you can jam a magnet in there, or you could pull it out, jam a flex frame in there, cut a piece of a squeegee or a piece of PVC that just slides right in there perfectly as a little, I mean, dude, we were doing some crazy stuff because, dude, I was competing against these people. Like back in the day when it was only like, there wasn't a lot of people competing.
Right.
And the people that were competing were so good. So any time you could get 10 seconds, that could literally be the difference between first and last place. Just stunning. I mean,
what's like the craziest shit you ever did to try to like maximize your time?
What do you mean? Like to get the leg up?
Yeah. Like, do you like pre-template something like the handle and bring that with you? Would that be illegal?
Can you say it one more time? You're breaking up just a little bit.
If you like prefabricated like a template or something to kind of pre-cut the handle to kind of get that one extra leg up.
Yeah, that's actually been done. It really has. I don't remember who had done it. I think it might have been Esteban, maybe Preston. Preston's a witty little son of a buck. That dude's a monster, man. He came up fast.
Wow.
He came up fast. He was doing well. But no, I mean, just anything you can do, any single thing. You know the backing splitter?
Yes.
Like the backing splitter that we use now. Let me tell you where that started, and I will go to my grave with this as the absolute truth. That started with my brother Joe taking Teflon and putting it on a letter opener.
Come on.
I swear to fucking God. Okay? And we would use it at the wrap competitions, and we would backing slit stuff, peel the backing, and we would have our backing off. and have it all glassed out before people would even be remotely starting.
Wow.
And we would literally like slip it out of our pockets, slit it real quick, and put it right back in our pockets. And we got away with it for like 2 or 3 rounds where people were like, "What is that?" And we finally, I think Joe slipped up and he like actually showed somebody, and then it was over, and then it just evolved from there. That's how quickly that evolved. But I swear to God, my brother, I swear to God,
someone's got to give him a little residual for that now. I don't know who, but I guess sending checks over to Vinyl Images.
When we figured out that the letter openers worked, dude, we would literally go through our office and find all the letter openers in there and find out which one had the sharpest blade, which one was easiest, because they're all different shapes.
Right.
They all had the same job, but they're different shapes. Like this, if you look at, like, grab the letter openers that you have around you at any given time and look at them, you can see they're all very different in small ways.
Oh,
and yeah,
that's amazing.
It's good stuff.
You gave back to the industry a little bit.
That wasn't me. That was my brother. I took his idea and ran with it.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Well, I want to be courteous to your timing and
no, man, I appreciate it. You're good.
And everything.
I appreciate everything that's going on tonight. I think it's been great. It's a lot of fun. I can't believe it's been as long as it has.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, an hour, a little over an hour and 40 minutes, give or take. We've been talking, and you even said it. You're like, how long do you usually take? I'm like, I average about 2 hours. You're like, I'm not that interesting. And I'm like, we're almost there, my friend. I gotcha.
I didn't know I was so time with that. I'm glad we did. Good.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you took the time and out of your busy day to come on and talk to me for a little while, and I'm glad we finally got the chance to sit down and do this. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything you're doing for the industry, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate it. Listen, I think your podcast is amazing. I really do. I think it's well needed in this industry. I'm sitting here in my basement right now, and I have everything for a podcast. I've had it for like a year and a half, and I'm like, it's still sitting in this box. I put it up for sale because I just don't have the time. I respect the time that it takes to do that and do what you're doing and put out good content. It is not for me, and you are a better man than me for doing it, and I commend you for that.
Oh man, I appreciate that, and I'm still learning as I go. It's definitely taking a lot of time. Over 100 episodes later, and I'm still figuring things out, and I really enjoy it, and I get to spend time with people like you, people that are leaders in this industry, and I get to learn at the same time. It's not just for the listeners to listen to. I'm taking advice every day that I talk to somebody and put out the content. I'm taking a little bit away from every episode as well for myself. And maybe that's a little selfishness on my end too.
Yeah, why not?
But
dude, JP says it the best, man. Never stop learning.
For sure.
That's the truth. You ever stop learning, what's the point then? What's the point?
Right.
It's funny you said that. It's kind of selfish. Like when I teach, when I'm going around training, I literally get brought into these shops and they welcome me with open arms and like ask me advice and show me around their shops, and I'm like looking around like, oh man, table. I like those lights. Like, where'd you get that vinyl holder? Like,
that's
I'm
awesome.
I'm doing the same. I'm always trying to learn, always trying to better myself. I feel like I'm just getting started, and I feel like the next 5 years are going to be absolutely enormous, and I'm gonna set the world on fire, man. I really am, and I'm just getting started, and I cannot wait to continue this journey. I cannot wait.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Well, is there any other thing you might want to bring up? Last words for anybody listening out there?
Dude, get a coach, get a mentor. You know what I mean? I'm a huge believer in that. Justin Pate's been a huge mentor for me. I can't commend that guy enough. Jim Miller's been a huge mentor for me. There's been others, and find somebody that's doing what you want to do. That's and befriend him and partner with him. I love it. I don't know. I love the industry. And again, I'll say it again, man. We're just beginning. We are just beginning, and we're gonna continue trying to dominate as much as we possibly can. And I appreciate everybody taking the journey with me. That's for damn sure.
Awesome. Love it. Well, let everybody know where they can get more information about your coaching program you're going to be launching soon, and where they can find you, Instagram or email address or whatnot to reach out and get some more info.
Absolutely. If you guys, so I'm kind of redoing my website. Hopefully by the time this launches, the website will be ready to rock and roll, but it's johnduever.com. That's JOHNDUEVER.com. Online, all my stuff's on there from vinyl. It's basically a landing page with links to different websites and different pages, but my company is Vinyl Images. You can go to johnduever.com and get links to all of this, the rap app, the teaching, the coaching. There's some other stuff in the works that are gonna make it. Dude, I'm making splashes. Dude, I'm not making little fucking ripples. I wanna really do some big stuff. I never want to be looked at as someone that didn't give back more than they took. And I believe that in all industries and all facets of life, there are people out there that take more than they give. And I've taken a lot. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some sort of saint that hasn't, because I have. And it's time for me to give back, and I'm going to continue giving back. And I'm going to, if I can give back, a percentage of what I take, I think it's a win for everybody. And I'm going to continue doing that. But follow me online. The best way to get a hold of me is Instagram, DM me or whatever. It's at RapIQ, WRAPIQ, and follow us online at Vinyl Images.
Awesome. John, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much again for taking the time out of your day to talk with me a little bit and share some stories and experiences.
Awesome, brother. I look forward to seeing your beers around me.
I want to thank John for taking the time out of his day to come here and chat for a little bit on the podcast. And don't forget, John is proud to announce that his business coaching and consulting company will be launching in just a few weeks. If you're interested in finding the right business coach for your vehicle wrap, window tinting, or PPF company, go to johnduever.com. Click on the coaching and consulting page and fill out the application. Scale your business, increase efficiency, and receive advice from an 18-year veteran of the vehicle restyling industry. For more information, go to johnduever.com. Now that's a wrap.